Hello students, welcome back. So today we will learn about even numbers and odd numbers. So a whole number can be even or an odd number. A whole number, when I mention whole number, it starts from 0. When I say natural number starts from 1 to infinite. 1 to uncountable, but when it comes to whole number, it starts from 0. So a whole number can be either even numbers or an odd number. So let's see what even numbers are. So even numbers, the numbers which can make two equal group of numbers are called even numbers. Okay, so which can make two equal group of numbers are called even numbers, or we can also say that any number which is divisible by 2. Any number which is divisible by 2 are called even numbers. Or you can check it out by making a division, divided by 2. If you get any remainder that is not an even number, that will be odd number. If you get a remainder of 0, then that is your even number. So for examples of even number are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12 are all even numbers. So let's see an examples of 4. Let's divide it by 2. So 4 divided by 2, you get 2 into 2 is 4. So you get a remainder 0, which means 4 is an even number. Let's check another number, that is 12. 12 divided by 2. So 2 into 6 is 12. Now you subtract it, you get a remainder 0. So here 12 is also an even number. Now let's look at the odd numbers. So the odd numbers, the numbers which cannot make two equal group of numbers are called odd numbers. So it is just an opposite of even numbers, which is not divisible by 2. The number which is not divisible by 2, or which cannot make into two equal parts, are called odd numbers. Or you can say that which cannot be paired into 2 are all odd numbers. So here again, let's take an example. So examples are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13 are all odd numbers. So let's take an example of 7. Let's see, divided by 2. So 2 into 3, 6. You subtract it, you get a remainder 1. So it is not divisible by 2, which you are getting it a remainder, which means this is an odd number. 7 is an odd number. Let's check 13. Let's divide it 13 by 2. Again, 2 into 6 is 12. So you get a remainder 1 again. So you get a remainder, which means this is an odd number. So 13 is an odd number, 7 is an odd number, okay? So now I mentioned that a whole number can be an even number or an odd number, right? And in the example, I didn't mention 0. So you might be wondering what 0 is. Is it even or an odd, right? So see, 0, yes, 0 is an even number. And also all numbers ending with 0 are even numbers. Why is it 0 even number? Because 0 is divisible by 2. Here, let's check it out an example. 0 divided by 2. So 2 into 0 means 0, which you get 0 remainder. So this 0 is also an even number. So let's tell you that below 10, now you can make it out that 2, 4, 6, and 10, these are all even numbers. Now you can say that these are even numbers, whereas 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11, these are all odd numbers. But when it comes to bigger than 10, like 1340 or something, just bigger numbers or bigger digits, you might be wondering, right? So the simple thing I can give you is that, I can tell you is that, as a trick, is that you compare the ones place. Okay? If the ones place or the rightmost number ends with 2, 4, 6, 8, and 0, these are all even numbers. And the number which ends with 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 with odd numbers are your odd numbers. Now let's do some exercises. Write the first 5 even numbers of the counting numbers. So counting numbers. When I say counting numbers, it starts with 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So you start with counting numbers. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 are your first even numbers of the counting numbers. Next question we have. Write the first 5 odd numbers of the counting numbers. So the first 5 odd are which numbers? 1, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Now fill in the blanks. Let's start with A. All numbers ending with 0 or 2 or 4 or 8 are dash numbers. So what are these? Even or odd? So 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8 are even numbers. Now all numbers ending with 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 are odd numbers. Now the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is dash number, while the number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 0 is dash number. So it has 5-digit numbers. So it is a bigger number, right? So in this case, like I mentioned, you check the ending number or the rightmost number. So here the ending number is 5, which means this is an odd number. The another number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. If you check the ending number or the rightmost number, it is 0. So this is known as even number. Okay. Next question. Write the 5 consecutive even numbers before 756. So you are asked to write the number continuously. Continuously flowing is called consecutive. So before 756 are 746, 748, 750, 752, and 754. Now write the 5 consecutive odd number before 657. Again here consecutive means continuously following another number. So here 657 numbers are 655, 653, 651, 649, and 647. Now write E for even or 0 for odd of the following numbers. Look at the digits in one's place and decide. So here, look at the digit in one's place and decide. So we will look at only the one's place, that is the rightmost or the ending number. So here you have 530. So the ending number is 0. So this is your E. We write it as E for even. Now we have 291. So if you look at the ending number or the ones place, it is mentioned 1, which means this is an odd. So we write O in the blank. Now see, you have 56. You can make it out that the last number or the ones is 6. So it is again even number, and we write it as E. Again 31,009. You just compare the last number or the ending number or the ones place. Here you have 9. So you write it as O. Find the following sums and say whether they are odd or evens. So here sum means plus or addition. Okay. So here 4 plus 4. 4 plus 4 makes 8. So 8 is even or odd. It can be grouped into 2 or it is divisible by 2. So we write even. Now 12 plus 3. So 12 plus 3 is 15. So we write 15 first, and then 15, the ones place is 5, which makes it even odd, which is not divisible by 2. So we write odd. Next one we have 6 plus 1 is 7. So 7 is also not divisible by 2, because if we divide it, we get a remainder 1. So this is also an odd numbers. Okay. Now 8 plus 2 is 10. So 10 is exactly divisible by 2. So we write it even. 6 plus 5, 11. So 11 is not divisible by 2. So this is an odd number. Now 7 plus 3, 10. So 10 is also exactly divisible by 2, which makes it even. Now we have B. We have observed the pattern of the previous question and fill in the blanks. So the pattern you see that even plus even, 4 plus 4, which means 4 is even, another 4 is even. So even plus even is even. Now even plus odd is odd, and odd plus odd makes even. So we are going to follow that pattern. Okay. So even plus even is, see, you can see the A in question 5A. You can see that 4 plus 4 is 8 is even, which means even plus even makes even. Another, odd plus odd is even, because for example 3 plus 3 makes 6, and 6 is even. So odd plus odd will be even. See, we have even plus odd. So even plus odd will be odd. For example, 2 plus 1 is 3, which is not divisible by 2. So it is odd. Or you can take an example of E, question number 5A, E. 6 plus 5 is 11, which makes it odd. So even plus odd will be odd. Properties of even and odd numbers. So even and odd number, you have so many properties here. First, we will discuss about sum or differences of two even numbers. It is similar to that of the question which we have did in question number 5a and b. So here, sum or differences. When we say sum, a sum means a plus or addition. And when it comes to difference, difference means minus or you subtract it. Okay. So here, let us consider any two even numbers. So you can take any two numbers. Here I took 14 and 2. So 14 is an even number. Plus another even number, that is 2. Makes it 14 plus 2 is 16. So here even plus even is even. Now subtraction or the difference. Taking the same number 14 and 2, 14 minus 2, 12. So 14 is even, you know that 14 is even, 2 is even. And subtracting 14 minus 2, you get 12. So even minus even is also even. So therefore, you have to remember that sum or differences of two evens is even. So plus or minus of two even number are even. The sum or differences of two odd numbers. So again, sum or differences I have already mentioned, so I don't need to repeat again. So here I took any number, you can take any number. Here I took 13 and 7. So you can say that 13 is also odd, 7 is also odd. And you can see from the picture itself that 13 plus 7 is 20, which makes it even. So here you can see from the picture that anything you add two odd numbers, will result in even. Likewise, if you subtract any two odd numbers, you will get it odd. So properties of even and odd numbers. So here the first we will see on sum or differences of two even numbers. So here sum means addition or a plus. Okay, addition or plus, or differences means minus. So let us consider any two even numbers. So you can take any two even numbers. Here I took 14 and 2. Okay, so 14 is also an even number, 2 is also an even number. So 14 plus 2 makes 16. So from here we know that even plus even is even. Another, the differences. Let's talk about the differences now. So 14 minus 2, taking the same number, we subtract it. We get 12, which is also even. So here, therefore, the sum or differences of two even number is even. Addition or subtractions of two even number will always be even. Now, second, sum or differences of two odd numbers. Now, we will talk about odd numbers. Here again, I took 13 plus 7. But you can try it out with any number. You can take any number. So here, 13 plus 7, you got 20, which means odd plus odd is equal to even. Again, the differences again, 13 minus 7, you got 6. Sum or differences of an even number and odd number. Let us consider two numbers, one even and the other number of odd. So here's some odd differences. In the previous one, we took both number as even or both number as odd, right? But here we are going to take a mixture of even and an odd. Okay. So here, even number I picked 16, whereas an odd I took 3. So let's check it out. 16 plus 3 is 19. So even plus odd will result in odd. Also, that 16 minus 3, now difference. 16 minus 3 is 13. So even minus odd is odd. So therefore, the sum or differences of an even number and an odd number is always odd. If you add or subtract from even and odd, a mixture of even and odd, you will result in odd numbers. Now let's talk about product of two even numbers. Product, when I say product means multiplication. So let's take again two even numbers. So I picked again 14 and 2. Here 14 into 2 is 16. So even into even is even. So if you multiply any number with even number, if you multiply any even number with another even number, it will always be even. And product of two odd numbers, and that is if you multiply any odd number with another odd number, it will result in odd number. Just like here, 13 into 3 is 65. So odd into odd is odd. So here it is written the product of two odd number is odd. So if you multiply any number, any odd number with another odd number, it will result in odd. Okay, so thank you class. That's all for today. See you in the next class.